Call the meeting to order. It's the Delaware County Commissioner meeting, Monday, September 19th, 2016. It's 9 a.m. Let's please stand for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Welcome, everybody. Roll call, please.
Ms. Reagan.
Present.
Mr. King.
Here.
Mr. Henry.
Here.
Mr. Brooks.
Present. Okay, this morning we have a public hearing on ordinances regulating the movement of vehicles on certain streets in Delaware County. Establish a three-way stop designation at the intersection of Burlington Drive and Enlow Springs Road located in Center Township. Establish a four-way stop designation in the intersection of North Walnut Street and Eaton Wheeling Pike located in Union Township. And establish a three-way stop designation at the intersection of Wheeling Avenue and Eaton Wheeling Pike located in Washington Township. Is there anybody here for or against these stop signs at these particular intersections? Angie, you want to
Sure.
talk about these a little bit?
The reason these are being brought up is we received several concerns, complaints about these three intersections. And following the NDOT Federal Highway and METCD, we did a traffic study, and my traffic technician made these recommendations to install either a three-way stop or four-way stop, depending on which intersection you're looking at. If this does get approved, we will install stop ahead signs and paint stop bars.
Okay. Anyone else?
I'll make a motion to close the public hearing.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Mr. King.
Yes.
Ms. Reagan.
Yes.
Mr. Henry.
Yes. Thanks, Angie, for that. Table business, we have a resolution number 2016-042, resolution of Board of Commissioners, County of Delaware, Indiana, identifying parcels to be offered for sale to adjacent property owners.
I kind of did some spot checking, and I'm glad that we're finally getting most of them removed. I hope the neighbors are interested. They can start maybe cleaning some of them up. Just something I appreciate Steve and Janet doing, and move that we proceed.
I'll second it.
Roll call, please.
Ms. Reagan.
Yes.
Mr. King.
Yes.
Mr. Henry.
Yes. Janet, did you have anything to add? I'm sorry.
No, I didn't.
Okay, thank you. Approval of the minutes for September 6, 2016.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Mr. King.
Yes.
Ms. Reagan.
Yes.
Mr. Henry.
Yes. A presentation to the Commissioners, County Drug-Free Community Fund by Delaware County Prevention Council.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Pat Hart. Oh, it's not on? I'm sorry.
Recording.
Hello?
There you go.
Okay. I'm Pat Hart, and I'm the Executive Director of the Delaware County Coordinating Council to Prevent Alcohol and Other Drug Abuse. And each year, we come and ask for your blessing to access the funds 1148, which is the Community Drug-Free Funds. We use these funds, these are user fees paid when someone is convicted of usually an alcohol, sometimes another drug offense. Portion of that money goes into the auditor's office, and then once a year we collect that and use that to fund programs, projects in Delaware County, dealing with either prevention, treatment, or law enforcement efforts dealing with substance abuse.
And Pat, this $42,000,
Yes.
and we appreciate you doing this program. And then you're going to first tell us about the red ribbon.
I happen to have some flyers. I happen to have some flyers. This is the 21st anniversary of the Red Ribbon Week Community Breakfast. This year it's set for Tuesday, October 25th at the Horizon Center. And I will be glad to pass out flyers that I brought for you all. Tickets are $25 each. If you want a reserved table of 8, that's $200. We expect an audience of about 600 people. We have a very excellent keynote speaker this year. Her name is Justin Phillips, and she's from Indianapolis, and she's the founder and executive director of Overdose Lifeline Incorporated. Her 21-year-old son died of a heroin overdose. So because of that and her efforts, she's been all over speaking on the heroin issue. And of course, we have the Pride team that's working really hard every week, and they'll be giving their brand new performance.
Well, we appreciate all your work, and I do have to have my check ready for you.
All right.
I thought Bob was going to be here.
Well,
I slept in.
I don't want to say he's getting older, but I do have my board president, Bruce Rector, here. And but Bob, yes, he's out and about. He's just a bit slower, as some of us are. But everybody's welcome to this. If you haven't been to the breakfast before, it's really, really something to see. So please see me or call our office, 282-7988. And we will be glad to get tickets to you.
And I'm assuming we'll be putting this on so everybody can see where the money's going to go. And maybe next year, if there's a group that wants to apply.
Exactly. As long as it deals with substance abuse, we have to do a comprehensive plan through the Criminal Justice Institute. And so there's problems and objectives as part of that plan. And if you have a project that deals with those issues, you are eligible to apply.
Appreciate all your hard work.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you.
I move we adopt.
Second.
A motion to approve, and a second. Roll call, please.
Ms. Reagan.
Yes.
Mr. King.
Yes.
Mr. Henry.
Yes.
Thank you.
Do you have those to hand out?
Yes.
Thank you, one. And you
Do
can
you
go
guys
ahead
pass
and
them all around?
put us down for another table again this year, so.
I have one with your name on it. I'm kidding. I think I gave you enough there. But if I don't, please call me. We deliver. So,
Yeah.
thank you.
And thank you.
Thanks. Okay. Ordinance for first reading, an ordinance to amend an ordinance regulating traffic or certain public streets in Delaware County. What's that ordinance number?
Um, 2016-013. Oh, excuse me. You've already, 012.
012.
Oh, there's a resolution.
Yeah.
I'll make a motion that we introduce ordinance number 2016-012.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Mr. King.
Yes.
Ms. Reagan.
Yes.
Mr. Henry.
Yes. Would we like to suspend the rules and go ahead and get,
Do you need this, or you want to wait for the second reading?
It'd be nice, because we gotta do some painting of stop bars, and I like to have decent temperatures, but if you need to wait to, I'm flexible.
I can make a motion to suspend the rules on ordinance number 2016-012.
Second.
motion to suspend the rules in a second? Roll call, please.
Mr. King.
Yes.
Ms. Reagan.
Yes.
Mr. Henry.
Yes.
Make a motion to adopt ordinance number 2016-012.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to adopt 2016-012. Roll call, please.
Ms. Reagan.
Yes.
Mr. King.
Yes.
Mr. Henry.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thanks. All right, we'll go ahead to, going down to department heads and elected officials, polling locations for the general election, November 8th.
Yes, these will be the same locations as the primary elections. And there will, on 2 of them, the one at Grissom School, they will be coming back around to the front instead of the back. I went and looked at that last Tuesday. And Southside, I'm going to look at them tomorrow. And I'm assuming they're going to be moving, but I won't know until I get there. But it will be in the same building. It will be a Southside school.
So you'll come back and report what doors, so.
Yes,
And also
because-
what precincts those are.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
Grissom is 22.
Southside is 9.
9.
So, because Southside, they, evidently the last 2 or 3 years, they moved it around and there's no ramp or anything there.
Yeah,
We were made aware of that, so I'll be looking at that like this tomorrow.
thank you.
Do we need to approve these?
Yes, please.
Yes. Entertain a motion to approve the polling locations for the election.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Ms. Reagan.
Yes.
Mr. King.
Yes.
Mr. Henry.
Yes. Thanks, Patty. Any other department heads, elected officials, Mr. Rogers?
Yes, Jason Rogers, Delaware County Emergency Management Director. I've got the month-end report and write-offs for EMS for the month of August. The write-off amount would be $426,559.71 for August.
Entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second. Motion's been made and seconded to approve write-offs. Roll call, please.
Ms. Reagan.
Yes.
Mr. King.
Yes.
Mr. Henry.
Yes.
I know those amounts keep going up, but our successful billing rates too as well, we're bringing in more money, and I think it's notable to say that this is significant because we brought in just under $300,000 to the general fund as well for that. So I also want to report to you that Commissioner Henry had called me a few weeks ago when there was some news articles about some heroin that had come from Dayton or Cincinnati, and there was a county in southern Indiana that had a significant amount of overdoses. They had, I think, 15 or 16, and in Dayton had, I think, over 70 that particular weekend. We have information that that heroin is here. Our guys, it's fentanyl-based heroin, and our guys took 7 to 10 calls every day this weekend. And they were actually still had people with the needles in their arms and the packaging that was labeled from Dayton. So we believe that that's the same line, same strength, and that sort of stuff. So we're seeing those here now. Thank you.
Are you guys transporting all those people?
Yes. It becomes a little bit of an issue if they are incoherent, then we're transporting them using implied consent for those patients. Sometimes you have the ability with Narcan to wake people up. They become combative. They don't want to go to the hospital. And we have seen a few of those cases. And we essentially can't kidnap them, so we try to do our best to convince them that that is the best course of action for their health. However, they're awake and alert, and they're able to refuse. We have had more than one overdose from the same person in the same day. So
And those are non-billed if they're...
those are not. That is
They're not
correct.
transferred.
Those are not.
Is it-
If we don't take you to the hospital, you don't receive a bill.
Could we check with the billing company on those and see if there's some way to at least charge for...
We do. If you receive a medication from us, there's a $100 fee. The problem is you don't have to give you don't have to give your name.
Correct name,
Insurance
Sure.
information. And the guys try to get that. Some of those people, we've done the same thing, and I know you're well aware with diabetics that we come out, we correct the issue with their diabetes. They don't need to be transported to the hospital. They follow up with their primary care physician, and they're billed $100. The same goes for them. If they don't go to the hospital, their insurance, Medicaid, Medicare, and no secondary insurances will pay that $100 fee And that's essentially just recouping the cost of the medication that we're giving them with the IV and all the stuff that goes with it. So same thing for the heroin overdoses. We try to get that information. It doesn't necessarily have to be correct, and we're not picking these people up typically at their own home or something like that to make it to where we can go after them. And part of that, you're perpetuating the problem. So
Would it be, is there some way we could bill for our time and our equipment expense? Are we allowed to, can we do that?
when you mean to like the insurance companies?
Or to the individual, yeah, or the insurance company?
Well, that's the $100 fee is what we.
And that's all the insurance company will probably pay?
No, the insurance company won't pay any of it.
Oh.
It used to be a $250 fee, and we had trouble collecting that, so we dropped it to $100, and we've been much more successful. And that's, that's kind of across the boards with diabetics or respiratory conditions that you may give a breathing treatment to somebody and they end up not going to the hospital. So anytime we do advanced life support care, and those treatments are needed to be followed up by a physician, and we use those resources, medications, then there's a $100 bill. If we come out and you cut your arm, you don't want to be transported to the hospital, we bandage you up and make it able you to be able to transport yourself or something like that. There's no fee for that, for basic life support care. But anytime we give a medication, any medication, and we don't transport, there's a fee involved with that. But those are always paid by the patient, the individual themselves.
Well, we appreciate you and your staff, and we're sorry you're having to deal with this. And
You know what, it's for us, the heroin problem is just another problem in healthcare. So it's not something that we have dealt with this for years, but on a much smaller scale. And as you guys know, in public safety, trends come and go. So it was crack cocaine a few years ago, and Narcan worked for that. So we just go with the flow. But the run load for the guys is to the point. I was explaining this to county council that we're going to start losing staff because we don't have the staff to take the calls. There was a point where we're averaging over 50 calls a day, and we're literally having our employees stay up for 24 hours at a time. So we're working on some resolution to that within the 17 budget, and trying to make it to where we get some relief. So we're actually working these guys on appropriate work schedules, because it does take a toll on these individuals, and it definitely will shorten their career lives and their career spans with us because of the call volume.
extend our appreciation.
I will, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Nate Jones, Delaware County Veterans Affairs. The reason I'm here today, this Wednesday at 10 a.m., we're going to be having a ceremony for a World War II veteran that I had expressed or told you guys about the event last commissioner meeting. The reason I'm up here is I was going to ask if there's any way that we could get employees the opportunity to witness that ceremony happen. And so I guess I want to run it by you guys and see what your thought process is.
My opinion is up to the
office holder.
office holder who's running that office. If he wants to let a few of his employees go, that'll be entirely up to them.
Okay. Well, just an extra reminder, it'll be this Wednesday, 10 a.m. Be prepared to probably show up a few minutes early because the Marine Corps, they're cut and dry. They don't veer off too much of their time frame. So it's going to be a pretty big event, and keep in mind there probably will be some media here and some other individuals that may be elected officials statewide. So.
And it shouldn't last too long.
I would say it's probably going to be, what's going to happen is we're going to come out, do an introduction to him. Marine Corps is going to do a presentation of the Purple Heart to him, and then after that, Women's Auxiliary of Selma, which is the legion he belongs to, is going to be giving him I think it's called a Quilt of Honor, something of that nature, and they're going to be presenting that to him. And then after that, we are going to have just some snacks out to the side for people to socialize a little bit out in front of the area there. So just want to give you guys a heads up.
Piece of rain might be underneath.
Yep.
Sounds good, thanks for your work on that.
And the handicap parking area will be closed off in the morning, or Wednesday morning.
Right.
All morning?
Yeah, just during the event.
Right. The reason we want to close it off primarily before it happens is we don't want somebody to park there and then we can't get them to move their vehicle.
Right.
And I'm expecting, now I could be wrong, but I'm expecting close to 100 people at least, so.
So anyone that uses that area needs to find someplace else Wednesday morning.
Right.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, I appreciate all your hard work on that, Nate. You and your office did an outstanding job, so we appreciate it.
Thank you.
And Nate, I'd like to give a little shout out to Nate. We had a big meeting Friday with the, so what is it?
Stand down committee.
Well, the stand down, and it was Rhonda's group is called the Family
Joint family,
Service.
yes.
And I was sitting next to Senator Donnelly's staff person, and she did give you a very nice compliment because we all know that Nate's working very hard on getting these folks their proper identification, and she said she really would like for all the VO's officers to be as active as Nate is, going out to the nursing homes, so.
Well, that's, a lot of people, I want to state this just because you brought that up. I do a lot of outreach. Like today, I'm going to actually go clear out a veteran's home because he's morbidly obese and unable to get in and out of his house. Me and my work studies are going to do that to help a veteran out. But if we don't do it, it takes 6-12 months down the road for somebody else to do it. And to get that approved to the VA is just sometimes a hassle. So to be able to have some of the work studies that I have and the people willing to come help do that is a huge thing. And so I do an awful lot of outreach at the nursing homes and go to live stream and speak and just try to get it out there to let them know what is available to them. I mean, a lot of these guys don't realize that they have the benefits of the VA. So.
And I think you're up to 4 work studies.
Yeah.
Working.
Yep.
So we appreciate that. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Good job, Nate. Any other department heads? Elected officials? All right, we have our weights and measures, August 16th through September 15th report. Payment of claims for $1,549,874.77.
So moved.
Second.
A motion and a second to pay claims. Roll call, please.
Ms. Reagan.
Yes.
Mr. King.
Yes.
Mr. Henry.
Yes. Questions or comments from anyone else?
I'm Nancy Carlson, a volunteer county coordinator for the Indiana Bicentennial Torch Relay. It's coming soon. It's a week from tomorrow. We get the torch from Henry County, and then at 9 o'clock in the morning, we light the torch at the Delaware County Fairgrounds, and 24 local torch bearers will take turns carrying the torch through the county from the fairgrounds to Minnetrista to Ball State to across the Fallen Heroes Bridge to the field house where 706 fourth graders will see the torch and have a field trip about Indiana history. Then downtown, it will cross 2 places here at the county building. DeLynn Hardy Isom, a high school track star, will carry it this direction to Main Street in front of the county building and hand the torch to Alan Wilson, former mayor, who will take the torch all the way Main to High and all the way around the roundabout to the YMCA, where Steve Anderson picks up the torch and heads out past First Merchants Bank and then towards East Jackson. 10 of our torch bearers take the torch on East Jackson and take turns all the way to the county line, which is this side of Parker City. We have a free community pancake breakfast from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. at Heartland Hall at the county building. I hope you'll have breakfast there with us. It is sponsored by Albany Lions Club, Muncie Meats, and the local IHOP franchise. So that'll be fun. There's going to be little pop-up ceremonies, different places along the torch relay route. The torch relay will be run by the Indiana State Police. It is not a parade. It is a caravan of 6 vehicles with the torchbearer carefully ensconced in the middle of those 6 vehicles for safety. People are not to run out into the street and run with the torchbearer, but that's kind of hard to control. But I have brought maps. I know I passed them out 2 weeks ago, but I hope you posted it somewhere. So I brought maps and urge you to download the free app called Indiana Torch Relay, because then you can see exactly when where the torch is by the GPS that's embedded in the torch. I hope Delaware County will have a good showing. It's fun watching the news to see the torch, which is already on its way. It's in southern Indiana right now. Thank you very much. I'll pass around some maps and pick up the extras.
And Nancy, before you sit down, also a shout out, Ball State's doing a wonderful job doing the
Yes.
remote.
A team of Ball State Immersive Learning students are embedded in a media car in the torch relay. So far they've spent 9 days on the road. I think they like it. 9 days on the road doing a video per day and collecting all the video that comes from the torch. The torch has a camera in it for still pictures and video. It's a very high-tech torch. And those students sit in the media car, gather the data that comes from the torch, send it to Ball State where it's edited into a daily video. And then at the end, for Statehood Day on December 11th, there will be a documentary produced by Ball State. So, thank you. I'm going to pass some of these around and then I'll
And
pick up
Nancy, the commissioners, we kind of decided not to close the courthouse, and I'm recommending that the elected officials and office holders let their staff come to the breakfast course, but then some of them could stay at the 9 o'clock for the mayor's proclamation from the
Sure.
state. And
That
read
will be a very short
and the other ones
ceremony.
can come to work and then go out at 10 o'clock.
Yes.
And also, explain about the ones at the High Street Bridge. That's with the
Yes,
flag.
the High Street Bridge will, the person carrying the torch will be an MPD, Muncie Police Department officer, Nathan Sloan, and the mayor is having firefighters and police officers line the Fallen Heroes Bridge with a large flag that will be run under. It'll be quite a
And I
ceremony.
understand.
And I know you're not closing the county building, but if some of the people, just like you said a minute ago with Nate's group, could be excused for 5 minutes to go down and see the torch go by.
And the
It'll be
bridge-
2 places in this building.
Yeah, and the bridge is not being closed. Traffic
Oh,
is
no.
on one side, so.
No streets are being closed.
No
It'll be
streets.
handled similar to a funeral procession, only happy.
Yeah. Thanks so much. And Nancy has done all this in the past, 2 years you've been working on it?
Yes.
And we appreciate all of her volunteerism on this.
Thanks, Nancy, for all your work on that. And again, it's up to the department heads on what you guys decide to do on that.
Yeah, Beth?
Good morning. My name is Beth Quarles. I'm the Executive Director with Future Choices. We received a grant from the Indiana State Department of Health and the Governor's Planning Council on People with Disability. I've talked with Sherry Riggins and I've also talked with Rick Spangler. And we're wanting to do what is going on nationwide. It is free exercise for our community people. We'd like to hold that. We call it the porch of Delaware County, but it's your entryway. We would like to do it on Thursdays or Saturdays. We can give you, you can give us the date, or if we can use it both. But we'd like to do it at noon on Thursday and 8 a.m. on Saturday morning. It's free exercise and it's focused on diabetes that affects all ages and all people. The name of our program is You Are Important to Us. So I'd like to see if, I don't know if we have to have approval, how the process goes for us to use the porch.
I did introduce Beth to Charlie. He's willing to work with Beth on moving the equipment around there for her. And it's rain or shine?
It's rain or shine.
About how long will it last?
It should last an hour.
No, but employees could come and join part of it, or the public?
We want the public, employees, we just want to be on board with healthy living. And we would like to do it downtown, Muncie.
Thank you.
I definitely wouldn't have a problem with Saturday. I think as far as Thursday goes, I think we should try it and see if,
As long as it doesn't affect the flow of people coming in and out of the building.
yeah, just to make sure it doesn't affect anything. I'm willing to try Thursday and Saturdays.
I'm good.
Yeah.
Should we maybe check with John and make sure that if anything does happen, that we're not responsible,
Yeah.
liability-wise?
We have our
John
own
Parker.
liability.
You do have your own liability
We have,
insurance?
yes, $100 million worth of liability.
Can you get us a rider, please,
I sure
then?
can.
Thank you.
That'll work.
Okay, thanks. And you're not taking attendance, so you won't know who shows up?
No, we do, we will take attendance, but not,
You'll
but
just
not
count-
name.
You'll count notice, so you...
Right.
Well,
Now, that's approved, is that a possibility
Yeah.
on the
What do you want a
24th or
motion on
next
that, or-
month? Or do we?
Just get us
Just
the
try.
rider.
You should have a motion on that since you're, in essence, leasing out a part of the county building or the county grounds.
I'll make a motion that for future choices be allowed to use the Indiana State Government's grant
Do you want to do it pending the
pending
The rider.
approval of
rider?
the rider.
approval? Okay. I'll second that.
Roll call, please.
Ms. Reagan.
Yes.
Mr. King.
Yes.
Mr. Henry.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Yes, my name is John Dunford. I live at 20100 North, County Road 885 West, Gaston, Indiana. Have a couple things I'd like to ask. First of all, with the extra money that we're getting from the state, are we adding any new roads to be resurfaced?
No, we're not adding any more
Okay.
roads to be surfaced. We're going to use that money for chip and seal.
The second thing, I'd like to give a picture to the county commissioners, if they will accept it. And I will tell you about it. That county truck sat out there for 3 hours on 800 West and 1050 North. There were 6 people watching him. The one driver walked a little distance down each direction from the truck and then went back in and sat in it.
Were they paving the road that day?
They were shooting tar and rock in it.
Was he loaded with product and he was waiting to unload?
As far as I know, they were, because they went ahead and passed about 10 places on that road. But they sat there 3 hours. It was called in twice to the county highway.
You want to tell us what day and time?
Pardon me?
You want to tell us what day and
August
time?
24, 2016.
On the 24th. They came back in that, the truck came back the following Monday. And then they passed 1.5 miles of road south, did nothing north.
Keep it confidential, I suppose, till Bob's here, but
Okay.
let the public know it's a picture of a dump truck sitting on the side of the road, but I think we'll let personnel handle it.
Yeah, we'll let Bob handle that. Thank you, sir.
The county highway asked for a number off of this truck, and it was called back in. Because the lady that called it in asked them if the truck was broke down, and they had no idea where the truck was.
Well, you know, Mr. We are looking into the, what is it?
GPS system.
GPS system, and hope to have this done by the end of the year. We were hoping to do it last year, but it just ran out of time, but we do appreciate the public calling in these items because it is not acceptable. But we do have management. I'm sure that will take care of it and handle it properly, but we do appreciate you calling in because many things have to be, looked at. These two young guys are, used to doing detective work, so we will answer this, I'm sure.
And you're right.
It's right, you're right.
We have a lot of people out there.
You're right.
That
And
are
we have
taking
800
pictures.
miles of road, probably 50 trucks out a day, our employees, or 40. Anyway, they're out there working, and we cannot be everywhere. Mr. Jesse is very busy, but we have made some improvements. We're hearing a lot of nice comments about the new crew leaders, and I think the employees are very happy. But we do need the public's help because we never know when a pothole appears, but we will handle this. So we do appreciate you bringing this in, but it's just not going to happen overnight.
Okay. And the other thing, I have a petition here of over 100 names of the people that live out in our area that do not want the road vacated.
They don't want your road vacated?
Yes.
Okay.
We'll be having a public hearing on that, correct, John, when time comes to vacate any?
If we vacate a road, yes, there'll be a
So
public hearing.
that would be the time. It'll be
Okay.
advertised.
We talking about the road or the driveway?
I'm thinking.
You're talking about your drive, right?
Yes.
The roadway, driveway that goes back to your house?
Yes.
Is it the, Angie, is it 500 some odd feet or is it 600? The roadway that goes back to his, and then the rest of it is,
The east-west portion, there's about approximately 500 feet, don't quote me exactly on that, that we do receive certification on. As soon as it turns north for another probably a couple thousand feet, we do not receive funding for.
Like we said in the earlier meeting, sir, we're going to vacate that back part. We're going to keep the 600 feet up front. The rest of it will be vacated. It's the drive back to your house.
Well, there again, I feel that is an abuse because that has been a county road since 1978. If it was not a county road, why did they resurface it? Why did they patch it?
It's my opinion, it should never have been a county road back in 1978.
Well, it was voted in by the commissioner. It was,
And we're going to take it back out.
okay.
So,
I thank you.
thank you,
See
sir.
you.
Anyone else?
make a motion to recess.
Second.
For recess.